Hello beautiful people, I'm Chipepo Piri from Finances with Chipepo, and today I'm your host on the Black Wallet. I hope you're excited to join us in this chat where we'll just be talking about how to have a productive year.
I'm so excited to join you on the Black Wallet. Like I always say on this channel, I'm basically on a journey to leaving a generational legacy. And if I'm to leave a generational legacy, I believe we can learn so much from people. So having you here is such an honor. Yes, and basically today, like you mentioned, we'll be talking about how to have a productive year. Majority of the people that I follow, well, either on social media or real life, what I've noticed is at the end of the year, you see people achieving certain projects, you see people maybe changing jobs, moving, and most of the people you ask are like, oh, I planned for that.
Yes.
Meaning whatever they are doing in a year is bearing fruit because they planned to have that productive year. Nothing happens by accident. And today I just wanted us to have a conversation of how to have a productive year. So what is productivity to you? What does that mean, like, to have a productive year?
When you just said, like, what is productivity to you, I'm here thinking, well, all the videos I've watched of earlier I've done, and I can't even, like, describe what productivity is. But anyway, so in my own terms, productivity is basically when you yield what you had, like, planned out, whether it's if you made a to-do list and you actually achieve what's there, that's productivity. Why I'm saying that is because for some, they may find you sleeping and they think, well, you're just sleeping. But for you, if that was your goal, maybe sleeping is an issue for you, and that was your goal and you actually achieved it, that's productive. So, yeah, exactly. In simple terms, for me, it's just basically achieving the things that you set out to do, then you've been productive.
So then it means there must be a plan for the year for you to agree that, yes, I had a productive year or a wasted year.
I think there's a comparison that's done, because sometimes even if you didn't make a plan actively, you had thought of certain things that you probably thought you should do, and then you gouge, like it's like you're weighing, like you compare, like, okay, that's why sometimes you hear people say, I did more than I thought. So maybe they even did things that they didn't plan, but because they are things that they want and they like the results, so they're like, wow, this was productive.
Why do you think it's important to be productive?
I think it's important to be productive because it helps you achieve certain milestones that I think everyone has a milestone. Even people that will tell you, no, for me, I have the laid back approach with life. That laid back approach is their plan. That's the plan. So meaning you have to be productive in your laid back list to achieve even just having a laid back thing, because for some people, relaxing is literally like something they've worked hard to get to. Most people don't have the luxury to relax. I would actually like to hear how you describe productivity.
I would describe productivity as being able to finish a task.
Ooh, I like that.
You know, it's if you were required to go for a meeting, you finish that task. So that is you being productive. You're simply producing a result for what you're required to do. So if, for example, your goal was, I need to study for an hour, and you study an hour or more, that's being productive.
I want to ask you, like, what if you studied for like half an hour? What would you consider?
I wouldn't call that productivity. You haven't completed the task you put yourself to. In my opinion, that's how I define productivity. So if I haven't completed something, then I'm like, I'm not yet productive. I haven't produced a result. What do you think makes a year productive?
What makes a year productive is, one, starting with a plan, actually. I was going to jump and say something. I'm like, no, starting with a plan. Like, if you have a plan for the year, one, it means that you are even a step closer to having a productive year. But what happens most times is you can have a plan and just close it. Whether it's on your phone, your notebook, or wherever. Others have boards where they just write. But like, if you never check in on it, you may not have the productive year that you actually thought of. So I think checking in on the plans And also breaking down whatever a plan that you had, so you know that on a quarterly basis or on a monthly basis or even weekly basis, I'll have to check in. Or mid-year, there are people who do like a mid-year review where they just go through.
I would also say, you know, having a productive year means you're ready for success and failure.
True. Yeah.
Because what if failure happens? Then you can easily give up and you don't see the results of what you are working towards.
Very much.
So I think it's very important, like if you want your year to be called fruitful, your year to be called productive, you should be ready to fail. And what happens when you fail? Most of the times we want to just focus on I'll succeed in Jesus' name.
Like,
you know,
by fire, by
like
force.
by fire,
like
by
there's
force.
no way I'm going to fail. Like, okay,
exactly.
relax.
Like me, I'm a child of God. Yes, you are a child of God, but also you're a child of God who's wise. So what happens when something doesn't go in your way? What happens when the dollar rate shoots up and you have
your plans work?
Yes, you know what I mean. So like it's simply a balance of making a plan for both your success and your failure. It's important to also know like your reaction when you don't achieve something. You know, most of the articles, obviously you've heard of planning with a SMART idea. Like S for specific, measurable, A for attainable, R for
oriented,
and T for time bound. Time bound. So you really have to measure your productivity. Like there should be a scale. How do you know I was productive or not? The 1 hour we were talking about, that's what you set at the beginning. So if it's like under 1 hour, then it's not productivity. And you also have to like be realistic. Like for me, I prefer you focus more on quality as opposed to quantity. Why do you think people fail to achieve their year plans?
One, being unrealistic. I really do struggle with to-do lists sometimes because in my head I'm thinking this is what I want to achieve, not thinking this is what I can actually realistically achieve in this period I have. And I can even relate this with budgeting. The problem with budgeting failing is usually you starting with what you want. You're like, when you complain about the price of products and you're like, I only want to spend 500 on this. But can you realistically spend 500 on that? So like it comes back to even like the goals, like you plan, yes, I want to have a productive year, but you put in so much that maybe realistically you can't even achieve to start with. I'm a culprit for that. And then also going with the vibe. Myself, I even stopped the whole thing of starting to do things in January. Because the motivation is there, it's around us. I think Brian Tracy has quotes around this. Like something has to be a habit, like you just like you're brushing your teeth or whatever. Because like what happens on a day when you're not motivated? And I think in January it's easy to be motivated because everyone around you is like you tell your sister this and she's like, even me, you tell your friend, change.
Exactly.
So it's like everyone is there. But what happens? Now what happens when the motivation, outside motivation is gone? So learning how you yourself can be productive, it might mean that maybe your goals are set in October. Understanding yourself, like don't just go with what everyone is doing. I think that's one way. And so answering your question in a simple term, because we don't have the whole day, why I think people fail or why I think we fail is that we don't even really understand ourselves properly to set the goals that we ourselves can achieve, not because Monsa has set this goal, let me also set that goal. It's okay to get the motivation, but even just understanding
it's okay to get the motivation.
Understanding yourself, like, no, for me, I have to start in December. If I don't start in December, it will be very hard for me
to continue
to do this.
You know, one thing that I love, that I found we all have in common, it's like we plan our year in October. For me personally, I try to have a clear mind towards October, like October, November.
The last quarter is just like
it's the strategic one. So if I'm going to be intense with my workouts, for example, it starts earlier than even in January. By the time you guys are coming on to join us, for us, we have new level of energy. So yes, I agree with that.
How can people stay on track, or how do you stay on track as Mwansa? Like, what would you recommend to someone if they said, okay, now you've told me this is the reason why most people fail, so I'm strategizing on how I set my goals. But like, how will I stay on track?
So this year has really worked well for me, and what I'm recommending is something that, oh my God, it's working very well.
Yeah.
So I've decided, like as of this year, before I just used to do it alone. So from this year, I give someone my year plan.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's very new.
Yes.
I've never heard of that one.
So I give someone my year plan, and every month they check in, because I have an opportunity to meet, let's say, the person monthly. So I give you the whole year plan. And actually I gave the person the year plan earlier, like November. So December, let's say we review it together. I feel like here your expectations are too high. I feel like here you're doing too much.
I need that in my life.
From there, every month, like I check in. Okay, from my year plan, I've achieved A, B, C, D. I feel like that has been like the best of the year, because everything I've been saying, okay, I'll do it. Sometimes I don't want to do it, but because there's someone I have to report to, I'm like, the person who went on me.
No, I guess, you know, it has taken me back to like work, like people who are in 9 to 5, like when you have like a review with your manager, like every other week, and then there are certain things that you're like, but then when you look at your calendar and you're like, on Tuesday I'm meeting, like we need to talk. Then you're just like let me get this done. There's that push.
So for me, that has really, like, trust me, it's a strategy and it can't fail, as long as the person you are choosing is more like a mentor. You know what I mean? Someone who's really, you know, like someone who doesn't
if I choose my friend who's like,
because your friend is like,
we'll talk about it later.
You travel. You know what I mean?
You even try.
Yeah, but someone who will get at you like they don't know you, like they don't know your personal life to say,
a win is a win.
Guys, I'm still on that. A win is a win. So basically, the person who will hold you accountable and who is sparing their time just for this. So obviously, you don't want to fail at that.
Someone who you know that you actually make it one for the appointment when you're supposed to review, but then also I think you have a certain feeling to do that meeting and just like report that you've been slacking. You want to actually say like, oh, I've been making strides, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, and usually that happens when you regard someone a certain way. Because if it's just like your friend,
I'm telling you, me, I even fought my tail. You can't talk anyhow, and you're like, okay, last month you said you're doing this, so have you done it? I'm like, yes, I've done it. And then it gives me, you know, the joy of like, I'm making you proud. Come on,
I think even like I know the idea of mentorship and everything and how it is good, but sometimes it's not everyone that easily finds someone physically. But I think when you even fully understand what it could do for you, like right now in this moment, I'm like, this actually does make sense. Like I could, sometimes even people in a position to be our mentors, even if you don't particularly want that person to mentor you in a lot of areas in your life, but just holding you accountable is enough. Sometimes they do offer, but you're like, nah, I don't think there's anything I want to talk about with you. But this could be something you can actually take to them. I think.
And I also find that, you know, when you have like the year plan. Last month I said I'm starting this business and I want to do it this ABC. It gives the person the opportunity to also seek for better advice for you. Because then they are holding you accountable, so they also want to do it
like
right.
They can find someone who can help you
do better. So that's one thing that I have found as well. So in a situation that you want your year to be productive, right? We talked about planning for success and planning for failure. So what do you do when the failure part comes? Because obviously success is like, I made it, I'm good, mama, I made you proud. You know what happens when you are in failure, because now this is where you're seeing mental health, you know, that alarm is getting there, where people are committing suicide. You're successful in all these areas, but one thing goes wrong and you commit suicide.
Like
what do you think how do you think that can be handled?
So like with failure or planning for failure, it's like you're not necessarily saying that I'm going to fail, but you are saying that if this doesn't go my way, how will I handle it? Like, what plans do I have? Because even for myself, like I know myself to make what can be deemed as unrealistic goals. because I just want to have that like super high I don't know if a milestone or whatever that I'm trying to reach, that I know that even if I don't reach it, I'll be okay. And I know not everyone is like that, quite alright. But even for me, it's not that when I put those goals, I'm like, I shouldn't achieve them. No, I do want to achieve them. So when I don't, there's a certain level of like, what could I have done better and all that. So when I'm just putting them, I tell myself that if I don't reach them, I'll still celebrate how far I went in trying to reach that.
True.
Or if at all, because there are some goals that you set and it's not like you even did 1%, you find that it's 0% done. How will you handle that? So for me, again, in that sense, then I plan like, okay, if at all I don't achieve this, I should then look at the other areas where I did well. It's a way, other people will even say it's a coping mechanism. I remember telling, I don't know, I think I mentioned something about affirmations and my boss was like, oh, were you depressed? And I was like, depressed?
So only depressed people affirm good.
The thing is, I looked back and I was like, no, I'm not, because I told her like I do affirmations like every day, at least I try to do that. I like to like just write like gratitude, like gratitude list and what. Then she's like, it's something that therapists usually recommend to people who are like in depression or what. Then I was like, oh no, I'm not depressed. But then I see why she said that, because when I looked back, the time when I started doing that, I was in school and I was depressed. And that's something that helped me. But then it became a habit to do it, that now I don't have to do it because I'm depressed or anything. So like having such things where you tell yourself that I'm not going to measure my worth or whatever by this, like show yourself grace, you know, those statements, like do show yourself grace. So yes, you didn't achieve this, you are not productive, it's true, but like you are more than that. So like plan that out in advance, like know yourself. If it means taking yourself out for ice cream in that moment, do that, but like you should know how you handle it, and if you're going to go back at it, because certain goals actually you can't just drop them. Even if you failed them, you actually have to pick them up again, and they are the new goals for the new year, even though they've been your goals for the last 3 years. It's normal, but like you should know, even if people look at you, hey, haven't you been working on this
for a long
like,
time?
How are you going to handle the outside pressure? Are you going to use gratitude? Are you going to use affirmations? Are you going to use someone who can comfort you, friends that are like there for you or something? But you should have that in your plans, and I think that's how you plan for like the things that you won't achieve. You should already know that it could happen and how are you going to handle it. So,
I like what you said about some things don't happen there and then. Let's take for example, you want to lose or to gain a certain amount of weight, right? And you are saying, I'm going to do it in 1 year. And then, God forbid, you fall ill. That's something that's unexpected. It's something that you didn't control, you know? So I feel in that moment, you don't have to put pressure on yourself, but just accept to, you know, take care of your health, which is more important. And one approach I've learned about failure is you deal with failure immediately. You don't wait and you're like, I'll find someone. If it's hurting, talk to someone
immediately.
There've been issues where you invest your money and it's gone. You know, you planned, I'm investing this month, I'm investing this much, and you invest village banking. You know what I mean? Unexpected. You had good intentions for the year and that money is gone. I think there has to be room for also accepting. Like when failure happens, you have to accept and appreciate what you already have and be ready to move on. You talked about gratitude. Sometimes we are so focused on, I must achieve this thing, you know, I must achieve this thing. If I don't, then I'm unproductive or I'm a failure. But in reality, life happens. What happens if you lose a loved one and then it affects your work mood? You know, you also have to be like prepared to also seek help. In short, whatever situation you're going to be in, like in a year, if you really want it to be productive, you can't do it on your own. Like I was telling you, there are several times I call people. So welcome to the club. I love to call people. If I don't understand anything, no shame in it. Because I want to understand at the end of the day. So it's not like me, I'm superpower. Me my
I'll do it
year
on
just
my own.
goes, you know. You have to be willing to say, when I fail, okay, who am I looking for?
Yeah.
You know, who's going to help me? Who's going to bail me out? Which I think most of us don't really like, especially for the Black community, you know. It's like, Kosa, you're a soldier.
Yeah, and I think sometimes we like even praise like ourselves when we are able to handle certain things on our own.
Yes.
Like you don't have to, the Iron Lady concept or Iron Man. I don't know if guys use that term, but like you don't have to like
you don't have to
look
do life
around.
alone.
Yes, like who's around you who can walk with you in that moment.
For your year plan, what are the elements you include? For someone who's watching this and they've never even heard what a year plan is, like for you, how do you go about it?
Okay. So like one aspect for finances, which people finances,
yes, bring it out.
Yes, that's like one aspect definitely that I do focus on. And then not to be but it has
not to be
you know, like, but it's like connected to or not to be cliche or something, but it's connected to a lot of other areas of our lives. Like for you who's been giving examples of fitness and we did give an example of school or whatever, but like the financial aspect is actually linked to some of these things. So like fitness, if you're going to be planning to be going to the gym or changing your meals or plans or whatever, it will come in there. But anyway, there's the health and well-being type of thingy. I think there are like about 8 elements or something, but for me personally, what I do like to look at is like my financial health, physical health, the mind, of course, career is one of them. There's also the spiritual aspect. So obviously this one has to do with like for other people it can be linked to religiousness. For other people it can just mean this is the year they get to be more grounded in themselves, whether it's yoga, whatever. But yeah, depends. Like for me, that's also an aspect I look at.
Do you have like a spreadsheet, Word document, or is it like in a book?
So I love using my diary or my diaries. I love using notebooks. I normally just write down. So like I'll have a page where I'll write down this. I'll have another page where I'll write down depending on the element that I'm actually talking about. Yes. And then something I've also started is just like writing down in Word and then sending an email to myself. But something I'm trying out that I haven't yet like seen the results from is sending myself an email, like future email, like that.
I want to start that.
So I wrote myself like, congratulations, people. You've achieved this and this and that and that. So that email is supposed to come.
There's another app. It's called One Day.
Okay.
So with One Day, it's like in a diary format. So you can write your thoughts. You even take a picture.
Oh, okay.
So you can take a picture.
I think I've seen someone use that.
So you can write like stuff. Then take a picture. Then even do like a voice note. Today, people, I'm proud of you. And if you want, you have the option of collecting it at the end of the year, and they print it for you in a book.
Oh, that's really
it's
cool.
Like you've journaled your whole year. So I tried it in 2017, and when the time I tried it, you know, like it was like the toughest time in my life, and me, I even took a picture. I was crying. I was like, this life is so unfair. You know.
It's nice
and I wrote this long. It was a long message, you know, like everything that was going wrong and everything I felt like in that moment. And one time I opened, and the goodness is it's saved to your cloud. So one time I even changed phones, I forgot. So I was just like, one day, it's been long. So I downloaded it and I checked it. And I found this long, you know, thing is, I don't know how the future looks like, but I'm scared, you know, I'm like, oh my God, you know. So for me, like that's just an I recommend. Okay, I will link it in the description box below. But it's good to journal. It's really good. So what's one thing you're looking forward to achieve? That's scaring you. The 7 streams of income.
I'm like, this girl, I was literally having papas in the kitchen. I'm just like, enjoying a snack. But at least 7 streams. I'm like, she's right. You know, that's the thing.
Streams
when
of income.
If it's like something, I'm like, because there are certain things I see and I'm like, nah, that's too much. Like things about, not to shun anything, but like things about like morning routine, evening routine, things like that. There's for a long time, I tried so hard to do what I was like watching. Then I found that I could make my own morning routine, so to say, but like I didn't need to follow anything. But then the streams of income thing, I was like, the thing is, I need this. So like that was like some sort of pressure. I don't think any of them are scaring me. Which is
like it's just going to get your time, maybe.
Do you
have a project or something?
Anyway, right now I'm thinking about the thing they say, if you set goals that they are not scaring you, then you're setting too low. So now I'm thinking, should I go back and reset these goals
and change, because I'm not scared?
No, actually, Mondi, let me be honest. So like I had a target for shares like last year in 2021.
Last year 10,000, right?
No. In 2021, I wanted to reach 100,000 shares. Not in 2021, but like that was my target. But I thought like I could reach it in 2022 mid-year, like May, June. But what happened is my goals changed towards the end of the year. So that's another thing, hey? You don't need to stick to the goals. You can change them according to how you feel, what you've learned, what you think will work for your other plans. Maybe also, even that for mental health. Yeah, you can change. So like my goals changed, and I was like, no, I'm going to incorporate buying government bonds for like right now, so that I can see the result. Like I can start seeing the results. Yes. So like I put that on hold, and then at some point I even sold some shares. So now my number went down. So like that's the goal, that if anything is scaring me or whatever, like next year I really I need to buy 70,000 shares. That's crazy. Like
70,000.
And if you know our stock market, you know,
and 70,000 shares have gone how much?
About 170,000 kwacha. If that was my only goal, I'd probably not worry. But because I have other goals that also require money and all that, so that's the only part I'm like, let's do this. But I think that's that goal. That one really is the one that's going to be like, in terms of financial goals anyway. With health, guys.
Are we going to the gym?
It's embarrassing, but we'll not talk about that one.
But it's coming.
No, not. But
okay, that's good.
How about you? Like, what's that goal that will take either so much of your time, or it's scaring you, or I don't know?
Okay, so for me, 2023 is mostly like working on what's already existing. You know, like now I have her body go, I have the Black Wallet. I feel sometimes when we rush too much to, I want to make it.
Yes.
Like you really lose count. So for me, 2023 is just about working on what is already existing, learning how to market it, learning the bookkeeping, guys. That's a lot of work.
I actually have a lot to say on this part, but I'll let you finish.
So I really just want to develop the existing brand and see it grow. You know, I don't see myself trying to start something outside what's already existing. So for me, 2023 is just working on what I have that's already existing. Then maybe with time, the next few years, then yes, there'll be something new. So now there's the Black Wallet. So we're expanding the Black Wallet. What does the Black Wallet do? What are we removing? You know, because then like the Black Wallet is a lot. You know, most people just see, oh, it's on social media. You know, but there are tiny elements going in like into it that have to be defined. Okay, we're not doing this anymore. Even her body go. But otherwise, when it comes to my year plan, I've been doing, so for me, I have one template. I don't even bother myself.
I saw that template. I'm coming for that template.
I can
Guys, I'm saying it. Yes, she doesn't say no. She's going to give me that
I'm going to give it to you. I'll find, maybe I can even share it, like just leave it blank, then share.
Very nice template.
Yes.
I saw it.
Yes, and I've been using it since 2016. So it's just the same. I have a message. Then down I have like what I look forward to. So only that changes. And it's easy because I can save it on the cloud and just check it, you know, from time to time. So for me, the categories are like health, business, career. Literally, I think the same elements. But I also have social and community.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Yes,
so I have that.
Yes,
guys.
We're doing the same thing.
I forgot that part, but like I I want to be a better friend.
Yeah.
It's always like I'm always in that zone. Like I tried it one month where I was really making so much effort and it was good, yes. But like for the whole year of 2023, I want to really do better.
And there's even like family, like people who like me, to be honest, like I get drowned in so many things, and sometimes even the effort was like, okay, let me call this person, let me call my dad, let me call my mom. It's like my life is just okay, I'm okay, you know. And you know the thing where you are used to just be alone. Yes. You know, so
sometimes I have anxiety calling people I'm close to because it's been such a long time from the time
and you don't know how they are going to relate or respond.
Something like that. And let me add on the part where you said you're going to be working on things that are already existing. So it's crazy. Like your goals don't always have to be new. That's like
I love that.
One.
Yeah, true.
And then the other funny thing is that sometimes working on the thing that's already existing is actually the hardest. We always talk about how hard it is to start. But when you start, it's like, you know, I don't know if you've seen that meme of a kid who thought they were drowning, but they could actually stand in water. That's how starting feels. Like once you start, you're like,
true.
But carrying the thing, that's the hard part.
True.
Because honestly, like going to the gym, your first day, you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Starting the business, if you start, you even tell people I have this product.
Yes,
you start.
But consistency.
Saving or whatever, you would do the first thing. But continuing with it, the same thing you said, like with the business, learning to do the sales part, the marketing, the balancing of the books. So like even when you set your goals, and I think this applies to all the goals, because you can be like, oh yeah, I want to start buying shares. People have told me different things that they want to start. Your first one will probably not be even as hard. But are you going to run with it? Are you going to continue with it? So like even though for me the one I said is like the big one, it's only big and scary because of my other things that I'll be doing. But because it's something I've been doing already, I know the strategies, I know how to go about it. The only thing is I need to do it. Like that's the hard part. Like I actually need to do it. But so I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation. Maybe at some point we really went in the one such people direction. But overall, this is and it's a conversation starter. Like this just basically means you can start your conversation, whether it's with your friends. I know people host like at the end of the year those things like vision board things, designs, whether you're hosting your friends, whatever, like do that and discuss and try to set your goals. Whether you're using, she asked me about spreadsheets or notebooks or whatever. I always tell people that there's no way of doing things. Like no one way of doing things. Like if you're using your notes app, that's fine. You're using spreadsheets, whatever works for you, use it. But then also just make sure that it's tailor-made. Even your goals are tailor-made to you, how you approach them, how you break them down. It should be something that is something that you're comfortable with. So this was fun. Thank you, Black Wallet, for having me. I hope we get to have more conversations.
I would love another one that's like the practical, you know, in depth, like this, do this, you know. That would be nice. But otherwise, this was amazing, and I hope this conversation helps someone who's planning their year or getting started with the year. You and your friends, your boyfriends, your girlfriends. It's important you have such conversations, you know, because like I always say, we learn through each other. What she knows, I can benefit from. What I know, she can benefit from. So let's keep conversations. That's how we're going to build wealth.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Let's build legacy.
Yes.
Generational legacy.
Yes.